If you don't have a plan for your money, the system already has one for you. The truth is, you may not like how it works because the moment you leave this world, your money does not follow your intentions. It rather follows policy. And this is the reason why it is imperative for everyone watching me today, watching this video, to take the initiative to ensure there's a proper plan in place for now and the next chapters of your life. The problem is people build, but they do not plan. A lot of people are working towards their savings, their earnings, their career here and there. But are we planning? Do we know at the end of the day what is going to take place if we don't put a plan in place? Most people assume their estate will go to their spouse, their children, their partner will be protected here and there. It is all right if you assume that is what is taking place, but this is where education is important. According to the UK law, if you die without a valid will, your estate is distributed under the intestacy rules. That is the Administration of Estate Act 1925 intestacy rules. This means not your intention, not your assumption, but the law decides, and the law will decide. Make sure there is a plan in place. Discussing the will right now, regardless of what stage it is in your relationship, one here or the other, does not mean you want someone to die. It is just you doing the right thing and you preempting what may happen in the future. Let's make this practical. The truth is, under intestacy, your money follows structure. And this structure does not come with flexibility. What do I mean by flexibility? Not what you intend to do, what you wanted to do. It's a fixed structure which follows rules and regulations. And that is why it's imperative that you build your plan before you leave. If you are married with children, your spouse does not automatically receive everything you left behind. There is a statutory split of your estate. Your spouse receives a portion and your children also receives a portion. And if you are unmarried, this is where it gets actually scary. You may have been together, cohabitate together for about 10, 20, 30, 40 years, depending on how long you've been together. Your partner may receive nothing. Regardless, and you can't be emotional about this. You may have been paying bills, contributing to probably an estate, a property here and there, paying that water bill, here a little, there a little. It has nothing to do with sharing of estate when one is deceased. You need to ensure that the right thing is done, either in writing or legally. Something must be binding. There's something that must take place whilst the two of you are together. Once again, you cannot be emotional about this because when the law speaks, emotions are devalued. Now, what do? I am not a solicitor. This is only for education and awareness purposes. When it comes to finance, that is where I reign. But please contact a solicitor. See how you can navigate out of this situation. Now, let's bring this into finance. You can spend years in building assets, years in investing, growing wealth, creating a financial future. But without a structure, you lose control over distribution. On the other hand, this means assets may be fragmented, your wealth may not be preserved, your financial intention is also lost. Your family may face delays, disputes, or legal costs. This is not just inheritance, this is wealth destruction, and wealth destruction always affects future momentum. May I say this, and I want this to land on the right grounds. Please, lack of planning is still a plan. It's just not your own. Therefore, ensure you establish a will. Have some legality behind yourself, your estate, whilst you have the availability, whilst you are alive today. A will is not optional. It is the only way to direct your assets, protect your structure, and maintain control. Without it, you default to policy. And may I inform you, policy does not care about your intentions when you are gone, when you do not have a voice, when you are not available to take that decision. Policy does not have compassion. It is rigid and it is strict. But to align your financial structure, this is where most people fall short, and I don't blame them. You need clarity on what you own, how you own it, who it is meant for. And the reason is because wealth is not just built, it must be directed. When we build wealth, it must have a direction. That means from one hand in transmission to the other. But what system do we put in place for this smooth transition? Your financial structure should match your life structure. And your life structure should match your intentions. And your intentions are what is within that we cannot actually see. Speak to the right qualified people. Find a way to ensure that there is a legal binding when these assets are accrued, just so your intentions can be written and not assumed. In your absence, your intentions will be assumed. And once again, it will be assumed with policy. And it is not funny at all. It is what it is. It will take place. Number 3, understand your non-will asset. Certain assets do not follow your will. An example is your pensions, some form of investment account, also life insurance. These are beneficiary nominations. Therefore, pension benefits are distributed at trustee discretion based on nominations. If your nominations are outdated, your money could still go to the wrong person. Therefore, you can update your will today. But if your pension nomination still reflects your ex-partner, guess what is going to take place when you do not have the availability or the opportunity to defend yourself to your ex-partner? That's not what we want. And so you see, education, it's imperative when it comes to things like this. And I get it, a lot of spouses do not, a lot of partners do not have these conversations. But it's a hard conversation. As we talk about money, let's talk about will, let's talk about pensions. Ensure that your pension nomination is reflective and is in line with your will. If you are married, this is what you should take note. Marriage does not remove the need for planning. Under intestacy, your spouse may share what you leave behind with your children. Yes, there are limits and thresholds, and there are statutory rules that override intention. Financially, this means wealth may be divided, your finances may not have structure, and internally, your wife may receive less than you intended her to receive, or your other half. And the issue is, who do you blame? Your intentions is embedded within you. Put it on paper. Make it legal. Let it be binding by some formality. In the United Kingdom, there are a lot of institutions that provide free will services. You need to pick up that phone as you're watching this video. Call an institution. The fact that we are talking about will and legalities after your life does not mean you are going to die. No, that's not what it means. It means you are pragmatic, and so you take pragmatic decisions. 1, today, and 2, ahead of time. Therefore, define clearly, align financially, and plan intentionally. Marriage is not a financial plan, but planning is a financial plan, which is which. If you are single, I'm sorry to inform you that you fall in the highest risk brackets when it comes to pensions intestacy rules. And it is the truth. Shockingly though, but it is the honest truth. Without a will, your estate follows the bloodline hierarchy, not personal intention. That means your partner may receive nothing. Your closest person may be excluded. Your assets may go elsewhere entirely. Financially, you lose control of your own structure and the system takes over. Because you had no plan in place. You didn't marry that partner. And so the system must take over to ensure that there's peace and your estate distribution is done fairly according to the system. Now, this is where finance meets policy, because wealth creation without a structure leads to wealth creation misallocation. The system is already structured, and the question is, does your structure meet the system's structure or its default? Which is which? Are we going by your structure, which that is a plan you've put in place? Or are we going by the default of the system? You need to choose one. Once again, either that or that, but either is still a plan. This is not just a legal awareness. It is protecting that which you have taught for, that which you burn the midnight candle to achieve, that which is the reason why you forfeited today for tomorrow. Therefore, you need to find a way to preserve your structure and control your outcome. And to me, if you ask me, it is stewardship. And so we cannot be emotional about this. If you do not plan for your money, the law will. And when this happens, you may not like it. But unfortunately, you will not be available to determine whether you do like it or you do not like it. Policy will take that decision. If you have stayed until now, please do me the honor and by all means subscribe to this channel, like and share. Leave me a message underneath this video. You never know who may be looking forward to hearing things like this. Please share, bless others when it comes to information like this. A lot of people are now with the optics. They are not reading, they are not researching. And so when it comes to things like this, I like the distribution. So please do me the honor and share. Bless someone with this. Once again, I am not a legal person. My business is finance. And so to a qualified legal person who can support you. On the other hand, there are a lot of institutions in the United Kingdom that support free will services. Contact them and ensure whenever you are amending your pension policy, the right people are also named in this policy. You won't go wrong with this. So the question is not whether a system actually exists. The real question is it your system we are utilizing? Or the default system? Choose right. Once again, if you fail to plan, it's also a plan. This is YAT Finance. I can't wait to see you at the top.